Here is the window of China embracing the world. Here is the forefront of China's reform and opening up. In the spring of 1957, the Chinese government decided to set up in Guangzhou a Chinese export commodities fair. Premier Zhou Enlai personally named the exhibition Canton Fair for short. This is a great endeavor. From breaking the embargo, increasing foreign exchange in the early 50s and 60s in the last century, to becoming an important platform for Chinese enterprises to enter the international market in the 80s. From the place to cultivate new competitive advantages of foreign trade and speed up building China into a strong trading nation, to the first and foremost platform for promoting China's foreign trade after China's integration into the global economy today. The Canton Fair has always been a barometer of China's foreign trade. It is writing one after another legend in the history of China's foreign trade development. Over the past 60 years, China has experienced the exploration period of the construction of New China, the reform and opening up policy, and other important historic stages. China has undergone earth-shaking changes. The economic aggregate has occupied the second place in the world, and the foreign trade volume has reached #1 in the world. Canton Fair has made outstanding contributions to the development of the Chinese economy. Over the past 60 years, the Canton Fair has received attention from the central government and governments at all levels, and has the care and support of the Chinese people. The Canton Fair witnessed the painstaking efforts of foreign traders from generation to generation. Wen Jiabao, the former premier, gave high praise for the historical status and contribution of the Canton Fair in more than half a century.
广交会是中国对外开放的窗口，是中国对外开放的缩影，是中国对外开放的标志。
The Canton Fair seized the historical opportunity in its development. It has grown from the first session with an exhibition area of 9,600 square meters, 1,223 overseas buyers from 19 countries and regions, and $17.54 million of export transactions, to today's largest international trade event, with an exhibition area of 1.18 million square meters, over 200,000 buyers from more than 210 countries and regions, and more than $30 billion of export transactions. The Canton Fair has been playing a leading role in the systemic reform of China's foreign trade. The major strategic measures of China's foreign trade, such as winning with quality, market diversification, vitalizing trade by science and technology, industrial structure adjustment, and transformation of the mode of growth and others, were quickly implemented in the Canton Fair. In order to implement the government's major strategic measure of a balanced development of import and export, the Canton Fair changed its name to China Import and Export Fair in the 101st session in the spring of 2007. After 10 years' development, now the area of the International Pavilion has reached more than 20,000 square meters, with more than 600 foreign exhibitors from more than 50 countries and regions. The participation of overseas companies has brought various products of regional features and of global novelty into the Chinese market. After 60 years of history, the Canton Fair has become the exhibition in China with the longest history, the largest scale, the most complete product varieties, and the most buyers. Today, the Canton Fair has become the base of cultivating independent brands in China. In the spring of 2004, it set up brand zones. It encourages and supports own intellectual property rights and independent brands with high technology content and high value-added products to take part in the exhibition, and assists the transformation and upgrading of China's foreign trade, and leads the future as well. The Canton Fair is known as the incubator of small and medium-sized enterprises to explore the international market. It has helped tens of thousands of SOEs start from here and reach out to the world. Haier, Media, GRI, ASD, Beifa, and other enterprises, which exhibited at the Canton Fair 30 years ago, have grown to become industry-leading enterprises, and some have become world-famous Fortune 500 enterprises. The protection measures of IPR in the Canton Fair have been constantly improved. It has won the praise of the state and become the model of IPR protection in China's exhibition industry. The Belt and Road strategy in the Canton Fair is in steady progress. Along the Silk Road economic belt and maritime Silk Road of the 21st century, the Canton Fair makes its contribution to drive China's foreign trade sector to go higher and further. The Canton Fair carries out development concepts of innovation, harmony, green, open, and sharing. It plays an important role in the reform on the supply front of foreign trade, helping enterprises to speed up innovation and development, and promoting foreign trade stability. When you walk into the Canton Fair, you can strongly feel the innovation and change. In order to guide the transformation and upgrading of enterprises and to draw the smiling curve of the manufacturing industry, the Canton Fair Product Design and Trade Promotion Center, Canton Fair Design Awards, and the Canton Fair Forum have been established. Through providing design service matching, authoritative design selection, latest industry news, and high-end information services, it guides innovation for enterprises and assists enterprises to cultivate new competitive advantages of foreign trade and find their partners. The Canton Fair has been improving specialization with significant effect, especially by optimizing and restructuring machinery and other exhibition themes in the past 5 years. The exhibition division has been clearer and more specialized. The newly added themes, such as new energy, pet products, and outdoor spa, are following the industry development trend. More than 120 exhibit subzones have been established, which greatly improves the efficiency of purchase. Highlight Products is launched with Internet application to help the growth of the Canton Fair's premium brand enterprises. The Canton Fair is continually innovating its way of business promotion with remarkable achievements. Up to September 2016, the number of Facebook fans of the Canton Fair has been more than 550,000, with the #1 influence in the world's exhibition industry. The Canton Fair has also established a comprehensive WeChat account. As a result, the number of loyal and high-end clients has achieved steady growth. The Canton Fair promotes green development projects with huge progress. Through green exhibition, green move-in and move-out, the Canton Fair advocates green meeting, builds green venue, and passes the concept of building a beautiful China to each participant. Today, China's #1 fair is striving to promote the construction of the Smart Canton Fair and will realize the universal coverage of Canton Fair plus Internet. The quality service of the Canton Fair is constantly improving, and information technology is widely used to increase the brand influence of the fair. The pace of innovation never stops. The Canton Fair has witnessed 60 years of glory. This year is the time when China starts the 13th five-year plan. Through Canton Fair as a window, people all around the world see the path of China's development and the direction of the Chinese economy. In the Canton Fair today, there are tens of thousands of Chinese enterprises adding to the fair's charm. This stage also invites companies from all over the world to compete with each other, enriching the brilliance of China's #1 fair. The Canton Fair today has a huge overseas buyer database and has cooperated with many overseas business groups. It is not only a wonderful song of fair trade in the world, but also a chapter of promoting world peace. Faced with new historic missions, the Canton Fair will further optimize and upgrade, promoting the transformation from made in China to created in China, driven by specialization and smart development. The Canton Fair will adapt to the market demands, thus enhancing its competitiveness so as to strengthen its function and constantly satisfy the needs of both buyers and sellers. From China's #1 to world's #1, the legendary event for 60 years will embrace a splendid celebration in the 120th session.